Many times before this video, also I've gotten into shock with what I have read, and yet another time I have got another shock uh, from the U.S. government, and this time it's about the interest the government is paying. The government of United States borrowed money, and I'll talk about it inshallah in the video after what did they do with the money. I was reading that as for 2024, the government of United States paid around $880 billion in the interest alone, not the principal money which the government borrowed, but just the principal, but just the interest. United States paid $880 billion in just interest payments. $880 billion in interest payments. At least it's shocking to me. At least it's shocking to me. Where in a country where minorities are getting blamed that these people are the reason there is so much chaos, there's inflation, there's poverty, there's job losses, and there's this and there's that, and the actual thing, the actual root cause is being hidden under the doors of Washington. I was preparing for my next video on the series which I'm doing on the principles of Islamic finance, and the next principle which I was going to talk about, inshallah, was the prohibition of exploitation. That Allah has prohibited us to exploit other people. So I was researching on this topic and I was searching for new things, and then suddenly I got this suggestion on YouTube from the Financial Times that why are governments addicted to debts. Watch the video, and there I came to know that the US government has just paid $880 billion in interest payment alone, not the actual principal money. The actual principal money is around $34 trillion, or more than $34 trillion. $34 trillion, that's more than $34 trillion. That's how much the principal borrowed money America has taken from wherever they have taken. So, why is this an issue? The government has taken the loan, the government has taken the loan, and the government will pay for it. So, what's an issue? Well, the issue is government is not going to go and find a freelance work in a online portal, and then they are going to work, and then they are going to pay that money back. The government is going to take that money from the citizens of United States only. I mean, I'm not able to process myself right now with those numbers in my head which are revolving. This government is so much interested in funding genocide, giving giving money to Israel to go and kill children and women, This government is so much interested in funding the war on Ukraine. This government is so much interested in whatever is happening in Iran and whatever is happening in Venezuela and whatever is happening in Greenland, and you just name it. This government is, and I'm not just talking about the Trump government. I'm talking about the government as a whole, the whole system. The Trump is nothing. Trump, Biden, Obama, these are nothing. These are just the puppeteers. These are just the puppets. Sorry. The actual puppeteers are these banks and these corporations who have lended the money, and now the United Nations is enslaved to such banks and corporations. So when I say the governments, I don't say the Trump and the Republicans and the Democrats and this and that and that. Now the whole system. I mean, the whole system is so worried about everything that's happening outside the borders of the United States, except for what is happening inside, and that is the foundation of United States is rotting. More than $34 trillion in debt, and you are sending military aids to Israel to commit what? Genocide? $880 billion. Imagine if that money, $880 billion, was used for the people, for the people of United States. Imagine the healthcare, imagine the school system, imagine the infrastructure. I mean, years ago, I heard about this this tunnel project which is to be constructed under the Hudson River in New York, connecting New York to New Jersey. And there is this subway which is which is going really bad because it's been more than 100 years now. So a new tunnel is required to build, and there are work happening outside and over here, but the actual work under the river hasn't started yet. Why? Because the government what lacks money really. Yeah, the government will lack money because the government is so much interested in funding genocide right now. They don't care about their own people. The government the, the government the system doesn't care about the citizens of United States. It cares about profit. It cares about power. So how does things happen really? All this money which the government has taken from whatever. Let me talk about specifically about New York City. Banks have lended money. Banks are the one who have lended the money to governments. The government issued a bond, a bill, a note, or whatever, that we need money. Now there was foreign investment coming in to lend the money on interest. On interest. No one was being charitable. The banks were there, the corporation were there, everyone was giving money to the government on interest. The government took the money, a large portion, of course, $880 billion is now going, and $880 billion is just for 2024. As for 2025, it's around $970 billion something, and as for 2026, it's estimated to go above $1 trillion. Just the interest payment, not the principal money. So the principal money is not reducing down. It's just the interest that is getting paid. And who is profiting from this? The people who have lended the money, the banks, the corporations, the very banks, the very corporations that are giving money to Israel to fund genocide. These are the only banks and these are the only corporations which have also lended the money to the US government on interest. And how do you think that the government will pay these people back, or how do you think that the government has been paying these people back? Well, a major chunk of that comes from tax revenues. Where will else the government pay the money back? The tax revenue. The government, the system is taxing people, the common man, out of their hard earned money, taking that money and paying the debts. Who is profiting from that? The banks are, the corporations are. These big giant banks and corporations are the one which rule the world right now. It's not the governments, it's not the Democrats, it's not the Republicans, it's not the Trumps, the Bidens, the Obamas, or whatever. It has these banks which have enslaved people, the citizens of the United States. Who borrowed the money? The government did. The current government, the Trump government. Now this is one of the reasons why the selected government or the current government keeps on taking more and more loans. Why? Because they're not supposed to pay the money back. They don't care about paying the money back. They just want to borrow money and spend money, borrow money and spend money, borrow money and spend money. Who will give back the money? Who are supposed to pay the payments? Citizens of the United States are supposed to pay the payments. The system wants the people to be enslaved. This is a new modern way of slavery, where you keep people in debt. And when the people are in debt, they're always thinking about the repayments. And they will never rise up and they'll never come after you because they don't have the time to do that. The taxes are rising up, inflation is rising up, cost of living is rising up, new taxes are being implemented. Who is the one paying? Who is the one who is supposed to pay these taxes? The common people. The person who is working honestly his 9 to 5 job so that he can get a better life. But what is he actually getting? More and more and more and more debt. And regardless of whether you use your credit card or not, regardless of whether you have any debt or not, the citizens of the United States are in debt, more than $34 trillion, and the people are only are supposed to pay this money back. Who is the one borrowing the money? The governments are. Who is the one who is supposed to pay this money back? The people are. No wonder why there is a rise in the cost of living. No wonder why there is a housing crisis. No wonder why people can't afford their groceries with their money. No wonder why every year the value of the dollar is getting down. Their salaries buy less and less things. No wonder why there is a debt crisis right now in 2026. And right now, I'm just focusing. I'm just focusing on very specifically on New York City and to the whole United States. But very specifically, focusing on New York City because that's my primary focus. Imagine the whole world. What could have been done with $800 billion for the people annually? The healthcare system is so expensive in US that people literally fly to Turkey to get their surgeries and operations done. That costs them less money. Education system. Students, young lads are not able to start their life without taking loans. As for those who are not able to gain the scholarships, and then they spend decades paying this money back, the loan, mortgages. I mean, I feel so sorry for the Americans. How much of a crisis and catastrophe you people are in, literally. How much pressure and how much chaos and crisis the system has put on you. And then we have the technology of artificial intelligence, where the entry level jobs are literally disappearing from the market. People are not able to get jobs. People don't have money to start their own startups or businesses, except for the one reason, the one option, which is taking loan on interest, another form of slavery. Debt, 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 debt. Credit card debt, payday loan, student loan, home loan, mortgage loan, car loan, debt everywhere. What catastrophe are American people in? And why is the system not doing anything? Because this system is profiting a few elite top 1%. The top 1%, the big corporations and the banks, they are the one profiting from this. $880 billion went into interest payments. Who got that? The banks got that. JP Morgan got that. Corporations got that. Maybe that's one of the reason why Allah has prohibited riba, interest. One thing about this thing, Allah has strictly commanded that interest is completely prohibited. There is no way interest is allowed for anyone. Why? Maybe one of the reason is it destroys society. And Allah Allah doesn't want societies to collapse. Rather, He wants societies to build and thrive. But what does interest do? What does this system we have do? It makes majority of the people struggle just to live a life, while some few elite 1% gain all the profit without getting hurt, without getting their hands dirty, without their shirt getting out of crease. I was mm, mm, watching one of the video on New York that people are having the normal middle class people are having difficulty to buy homes. Of course, they will have difficulty to buy homes. How will they afford money? How will they afford to buy a home? And on the other side, a contrast was that the speaker told, "Oh, this year has been fantastic for the luxury market. The luxury apartment, the billionaire row, it went so well." Do you see the gap over here? There are few people who are buying the luxury penthouse where most of the time the penthouse will remain empty. And on the other hand, the common man or the common woman who is honestly working their 9 to 5, trying to make an honest living, has to go into debt just to live a life, just to survive. Is not America leading towards a civil war? And why are people not talking about this? Why? Because the governments, the system, make sure that the people don't talk about it. How do they do that? Oh, for our national security, we have to take control on the Greenland. Oh, we have to give money to Israel to commit genocide on people. We have to take over Venezuela, an independent land. We are so worried about Iran. It's a threat to national security. And then also start blaming the immigrants. These immigrants are the problem. That's why we are not having a civilized, great America again. Because of these immigrants. So what you're gonna do? Give the power to ICE, Immigration Department, and Immigration and Custom Department. Give them the clean sheet to kill people. And they did in Minnesota. A woman and a man. And that woman that this ICE personnel killed, she was a single mother of 3 children. Who will take care of her 3 children? Donald Trump will come and take care of them. Who will guide these three children of what is right and what is wrong? You have literally destroyed the three lives. You have killed a woman and you have destroyed three lives for the nonsense propaganda that you are spreading. And you talk about freedom. Just yesterday, I was watching a video of my teacher who was telling that today in Congress it was said that Muslims have no space in America. Really? So now Muslims are the problem. Oh, Muslims have always been the problem for you folks, right? Muslims have no space in America. Oh, okay. Who has you? Your father gave a gift to you of America, that you own America. You're gonna claim America. You are going to tell me that am I going to live in America or not? You? Of course, I'm not talking to the audience of my audience. You may be seeing some emotions in me right now. A lot of emotions, a lot of anger, a lot of rage. And that's true. I am angry and I am in rage. My people get killed. My people, my family, my children get killed. For 2 years, more than 2 years, there was a genocide getting committed on my family, my people in Gaza, in the name of this nonsense. And who was funding this war? The banks, the corporations. So yes, I am angry and I am in rage. Yes, indeed, I am angry and I am in rage. We have to unite. We have to unite. And we have to unite under the book of Allah. Unless we do that, there will be a catastrophe. There will be a catastrophe. There will be a catastrophe.